Just checking. So I see comments and okay, here we go, girls. We're off to the races. Did anybody say if y'all could hear me? Let's just see. Hi, Tracy. Angel, thank you so much for your help. I saw your message. Tony, hey girl, and thank you. Tracy, hey. I'm so glad y'all are here. Thanks. Christina, bless your heart. I'm praying for you. I'm sorry you don't feel good. Y'all give Christina some good wishes, and if you're a prayer, put her on your prayer list, please. Hi, Linda. I'm back. Hi, Becky. Okay. Y'all hear me? Everything's good. Okay, so yes, I wanted, you know me, I just do bright colors. Y'all can do this however you want. If you want a farmhouse look, you could do, you know, the really muted blues and grays and all that. I can't help myself. I go to these colors. I just what I do. Okay, so let's put down some paint, y'all, and get started. I'm going to make up time. You think I can do it? So Bahama Blue is what I'm going to do first for the background. I'm going to put down some white. I wish I could keep this one in the picture, but it's a weird setup because I wanted y'all to see up close. And this is a little bit of a big brush. You can do a smaller flat brush. Like a 1/2 inch would be good. This one's a 3/4. But I'm just going to mix between the blue and the white to get a pretty good light color for the background. Now, I like for it to look, let's see, I like for you to see the brush strokes and have some mixture in here. It does not have to be all, you know, but if you want it smooth, you can do this. Go back and forth with your brush and get a really smooth look. I always give my painters the option because not everybody likes the same thing. And that's perfectly the way it's supposed to be, right? We're not all supposed to like the same things. It's going to be a little hard for me to see your comments. So y'all just keep talking because I love it. And in a second, when I'm waiting for this to dry for a second, I'll be able to look. So y'all just keep on chatting away in there. I love how everybody is super supportive. You guys have been sticking with us through all the little Facebook changes we're going through. And we tell y'all, we kind of have to share what's going on because you're watching it, but you just can't even imagine the frustration that we all deal with, and we chit chat back and forth because it's a lot to keep up with and a lot to deal with, and it's keeping us young because, you know, you have to be flexible, period. You just have to be flexible. So y'all are also flexible, and we appreciate it. We appreciate everybody just hanging with us. So I'm just kind of doing the choppy look with the blue and the white. And when this dries a little bit, I can come back and maybe put a little more white if I want to. Now, when you're doing this on your own, you'll want to take either a piece of paper or a paper towel and just slide it in here so that you can do your edges. Just lift that up and do your edges. Hope y'all can see okay. Yes, and Angel, you could grab a book at a garage sale, a flea market. We all have books that we don't use anymore. I can't bring myself to paint on any of the books that I own. But, you know, if you have any that are just super old, or you just, you know you'll never read it again, that's fine. They're just too good to not use and to let sit in a corner. So maybe paint it and then it'll inspire you to read it again, right? But anyway, find you a book that you can do this with, and not only does it make beautiful decor just sitting like it is on a shelf or on a nightstand or anywhere you want a little pop of color, but what was I going to say? I just went blank. Oh, I know. You can use it as your journal. So you can put some of the either chalk paint or gesso over the pages and use it for your journal, for your art journal, or just your diary kind of journal, just whatever you want to use it for. Now, I just kind of wanted to show you guys how this is all going to work. I'm not going to do the back because that would take way too long. But you see, I just go around the whole book. I did the blue on the front. I did the blue on the back. I went over this whole thing. I didn't even go around this when I painted it because I just freehanded it. I've painted this design on other things, so it was easy for me. I knew the shapes and everything, but I can definitely make y'all a tracer if you'd like one. Then I did yellow on the binder here. What's that called? Probably not binder. Hi, April. No share button. Oops, I probably shouldn't have said that. Yeah, it's just wonky right now. When I was doing yesterday, and I did it today for Amy, if you like get out of this, then you can see the share button. So then you can share it and then come back. But yeah, it's just wonky. No other way to say it. Things are just different, and you're rolling with it. Okay. So anyway, and then my table, I'm gonna do darker. So let me pour some of this darker paint out. This is Mermaid Tail. Y'all probably seen me use this many times. I don't clean my brush. You know, all of these colors can, oh, and I do need to, here's one thing I forgot to do since I didn't really trace this good. I'm gonna have to, let me get a small brush. So my vase is gonna come about like this. And I didn't think and draw that. So just kind of gonna, and you can just, you know, that's about the center, so that's gonna be pretty good. Get that in some water. Okay, so now let's get our table on here. You can use your flat brush. Let me see if y'all can see. And see how I've got this paint on it. And if I do it back and forth a few times, I'm gonna get a really straight edge on the end of this brush, and I can just come along here and make my table with that edge. I'm not gonna do the sides of the book right now. If we have time, I will, but I'm gonna get this painted for you and show you how easy. You can do this with any design. It doesn't have to be this one here. So if anything I've ever painted, if you guys wanna try it, you can just let me know and I'll give you the tracer. I love to share, you know, if I know how to do it, I'm gonna help you to be able to do it too. Doesn't have to be perfect. So that's just a darker color for the table. I do think this would be really pretty in some maybe sage green or a really light blue, you know, in the farmhouse look. Because these flowers could be really soft and like wildflowers. I think that'd be pretty. Okay, so if you really want to go in and make your table look a little more unique, just put out a tiny bit of black paint, dip your brush in it just a little bit, and then come in here and just mark it up a little bit. And that just darkens it up and makes it look not such a, you know, flat color. You can come back if you want to, add a little bit, you know, of white, just a tiny bit in my opinion, to kind of, I just play with it till I like it. I mean, it's really hard for me to tell you, you just get the look you like. Okay. Oh, thanks, Christy. I appreciate it. Thank you, Angel. Y'all are awesome. Oh, have you, April? I'd love to see yours. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Marty. Everybody, y'all are so sweet. Okay, let's do the vase. And you know, I love my pink. This one that I took more time on, I'm going to mail this out to somebody. So I'm honestly not really supposed to say anything. I mean, I think I told y'all before, I really needed to read up on the rules about that because someone I know got in trouble, said that you can get into a lot of trouble. So anyway, I have been really, oh, wait a second. I wanted pink flowers on this one. So what color should we do the base? Let's see. I did want pink flowers on this one. Y'all are awesome. Thanks, Tracy. I just saw that. Let's see how much yellow I have, because I do like the yellow and pink together. I think I've got enough, so let's use yellow. I've been giving out all my yellow for those Lazy Susans, so it's time for a shopping trip. I am going to kind of lay down a little bit of white, just because my yellow is very light. So even though I've got a base coat on here, I'm going to go ahead and lay down a little bit of this white. It dries all this is drying very fast. My chalk paint that I put down first dried real fast. And this teal is already drying. So we really don't have to worry about that. And see what I mean about, your design doesn't have to be perfect. It's just not that type of art. I think this yellow and the aqua and the pink's going to be pretty. Yellow just makes me feel like a sunny day, and I love that. So if you guys were painting one, what colors would you use? I mean, you could match your decor even and just have this sitting on a shelf. It'd be so pretty. You could use a cookbook, guys. I never even thought about that, but that would be a neat thing to do, is to use a cookbook. Just a really plain cookbook that you make really cute, and then set it out on your, those little display easel things. Be cute. I will turn this to get the best. Yes, Christy, it's fun art. That's exactly right. It's not fine art, it is fun art. Art that relaxes and makes you happy, makes other people happy when you share it. I just always, I have such a heart for, elderly, and with my mom going through Alzheimer's, you think about like how special would an older neighbor or friend or grandparent or somebody, they would just love this. Anybody would. I mean, I would love it. I was going to say, this is a neat thing for you ladies that have offices. The office I used to have, I had it just decorated so pretty, and everybody loved it. They would, say how pretty it was. And I think this would have been perfect sitting on my little table. Have a little candle sitting on top of it maybe, or beside it. Okay. So I'm going to move on to my flowers while this dries, and I'll probably put another coat on it. Okay, I'm going to kind of take some, I like really thick paint on things like this, and you'll see I'll do that in some of the details. I'll add thicker blobs of paint here and there. But this is just going to give it a little rounded shape when you take your brush and move it. Can y'all see? In the direction. Thanks, Tony. I do too. This is a really pretty light yellow. Lemon yellow is what it's called. Always have to check right before I tell you, because I think I know, and then yep, that's what it's called. Okay, so now let's do our flowers. And I usually, well, I did pencil them in, so that'll be okay. Let's find my round brush. Just take any size round brush is fine. This is a little small. I might grab a larger one. And I'm going to go into this pink and just get some of these in just solid pink. And some I'm going to add quite a bit of white too. So just swirling it around. And as you're doing this, excuse me, see how my circles are drawn on here? Do I have to stick with that little circle? No, I can do whatever I want. So I do. I mean, I'll go over it. It won't necessarily be the exact same size. It's really, like I've said before, it's a guide, you know. You don't have to stick with it. Have y'all gotten to watch all of the other ladies that have crafted? I have not. I will have to binge on some replays, but I've just been busy. And I actually was late watching Amy because, you know, our time's different and I just wasn't watching the clock. But I really have enjoyed the ones I've seen, and I've really enjoyed getting to know Tony, who was right before me, and probably some of y'all are too. She's fairly new to me, but dear, she's so sweet. And like I always say, it's a great crafting community. Crafting and art, you know, we're all just kind of hand in hand, aren't we? I'm going to try not to go too much into that yellow while it's still drying. But don't overthink it, because you see how fast. I mean, I'm just really swirling it around with you let the brush do the work, and don't overthink it, because they're not perfect. They're just representations of a flower, so it does not have to be perfect. I actually just touched a little bit of the blue that was sitting beside that, and it doesn't matter. I mean, you can do the blue on purpose if you want to. Hi, Lisa. How are you tonight? Thank you. Okay, so that's a really good base coat for these flowers. Okay, and then we're going to come in here and, you know, I'll do the next thing while I'm waiting for, you know, some things to dry. So while I'm waiting on the yellow and the pink to dry, I'm going to come do some green, some leaves and things like that. I am going to go to my smaller round brush. It's just the next size down. And as you can see, my little brush is, all of the writing is coming off. It's flaking off, and so, but it's just a pretty small round brush. I always, you know, you do not need to know the exact number, because use what you have. That's kind of my motto, is just you can go get a set of, you know, 4 or 5 brushes in a pack, and it'll have a good size round brush or 2. So I'm just squeezing out a couple of different greens, and I'll start with one on my brush, kind of glob it, and then I'm going to go right into my second one and glob right over it and just do a leaf. So I'll start kind of right here. So kind of like little, I guess, footballs. If I have too much of one color, I can come back in here with the other. Okay, and just kind of attach them with that line. I'm going to come into my teal, so I've got some of that teal, and just add a little bit of that. Now again, you know, I like color. If you don't like color, you can leave yours very, you know, just greens. Then we're going to do the same thing a couple of different times. So let me turn this. You still guys can see okay? Somebody let me know. Yeah, exactly, Tracy. You just kind of, you also get used to the brushes that feel good and that work good for you. Hi, Misty. I'm sorry about that. Yeah. Weird little glitchy things going on. So I don't know if Tony's still on here, but somebody tell me, did she have Facebook issues as well, or is it just me? And then kind of have to wait and be sure y'all can see what I'm doing. The delay on here is pretty slow. Trying to decide if I want it to go this way. I always like to hold this to where y'all can see better. Because I know when I watch things, sometimes, you know, the hand's in the way or something, and I want y'all to be able to see well. So can y'all see this okay? Just like with real greenery, nothing's going to be perfect, right? It's not, the two aren't going to look exactly the same. So no need, oh, that was a really big swoosh. But I'm sticking with it because I practice what I preach. It doesn't have to be perfect. Can't post your live on your business page. Oh, Thanks, Christy. Okay. All right. And then you just kind of eyeball it. Of course, you know, like I said about the tracer, if anybody wants a tracer, I can make it nice and neat. It won't be. I'd probably give you the first one I did because I think it looked good. Thanks, Tony. Okay. Now, you also can probably use the same brush. Get your point back on your brush again. And we'll do some of those, I don't know what they, you know, it's kind of almost looks like grass, or, you know, those long strips that kind of hang out of plants. You can put them anywhere you want. You can make some fat, some thin. I do want that to have a point, not be cut off like that. This one's getting a lot of green. Sometimes I just, you know, it just depends on your mood, and just everyone can be different. They don't have to be the same. Sometimes you just feel like it needs more of something. Okay. I know it looks crazy right now, but it'll look good. It'll look good, I promise. might do a leaf in here. I'm going to get my brush. This is going to be a flat brush probably. Come back in here and do some more yellow. Y'all still see good? I want to make sure that I'm not moving outside of the range. And here's where I'm going to start swinging it around. Give that curved look. Now, let's see. I want to do a little bit darker, so I think I'm going to maybe add a little bit of, I'm going to try a little bit of pink with this yellow. It's going to make more of a salmon color. See if I like that. I'm going to add some white to it and lighten it up. I don't want it dark. I just want a different shade. Kind of using some of the colors that we have. I really lightened that up, but let's see. I don't know if y'all are going to even see that difference, but I don't know if y'all can see. And then I'm going to take some white and bring in some white. Give it some highlights up here. And I kind of just use my brush and just let the, like I said, let the brush do it. So just kind of following, if you were going to make curves on the face, just letting your brush follow along those little curves. You need more yellow, just go back into your yellow. You just keep playing with it until you like the color and the variety that you can get. Oh, thanks, Angel. All the colors in them are... Do y'all remember, if you were here last night, you remember me saying I was going to paint my nails today? That didn't happen. Okay. I'm going to get a kind of a thick round brush and do a little bit more with my colors here. Not loving. I need a little darker yellow. Let me see what I got. I'm limited on my yellow. I know y'all probably still are having a hard time telling the difference, but up close you can really tell. I'm fixing to hit those flowers. I'm dying to get on the flowers. Okay, do y'all see the difference now? Okay, let's do some flower work. I'm going to get my round. This is a smaller round than I had just then. And get some more pink paint out. And this is where I'm going to glob it on. So just globs. This will have to dry, so you wouldn't be able to give this to somebody tomorrow, but I would give it a couple of days just to be sure it's good and dry. Because when we do, you know, thicker paint, now this is still my acrylic paint, it's still my craft paint, but I'm globbing it on is what I mean. I'm not using the premium paints for this. You can, but it would take a little longer for this to dry. And I'm just kind of going on each flower and adding a few globs. This, when you get a lot or your brush is too big, you might have to get that point again, because I like it more of a point when I put this on, so I can really direct it. And then we'll come back here with some white. Aren't these easy? I just love these flowers. I mean, I like them just the way they look, but they're also easy, so everybody can do them. Come back with your white. And you can mix your white and pink if you want. Just kind of come in between areas. If you get right on top of the pink, it doesn't matter, it'll blend. Hi, Misty, how are you? Hi, Elaine, how are you tonight? Glad you girls popped in, thank you. We don't have enough time in the day on Saturday, do we? It just goes so fast. This one's quite a bit of white, but on some of these I do want, I'm going to go back and add a little more white on a couple probably. You know, you don't want, or I don't want them all the exact same color, so some I will put more and some less. So if you feel like you got too much, you just come back with your pink. You just swirl, you know, go back into it and calm it down. And I'm okay with these. I'm just showing you how you would calm it down, just kind of to go over it. And we're still not done. We're going to add some more definition to these. I'm going to check the clock. Okay, we're still good. We'll be done. And I'm trying to think. I need to just look and see who's after me. Or if you know, you can let me know. My face. Let's see. I was looking at one of the pictures that it just stopped on me. It's either Jennifer Fox. No, maybe it's Jimmy Lou. The Messy Craft Corner. Yeah, I think it's Jimmy Lou. Y'all can tell me if I'm... Oh, good, Misty. Hey, sometimes you got to take that phone in the bathroom and say, everybody leave me alone. And, yeah, carve out some time. I'm really big on that. For you ladies that have small kids, really big on y'all taking time for yourself, because, you know, you have to fill yourself back up a little bit to be able to keep giving to your family and your jobs and the different things that we have. And looking for a small, here's a really good small one. I'm going to come in here and put some white on my leaves. Told y'all I like a lot of color. This makes them pop. Just adding some highlights down each one. You see how quickly I'm doing it? That's why I tell you, don't overthink. Just pop it on there. It's going to be cute in the end, I promise. So for $1, if you have paints, you literally just need a book from the Dollar Tree for $1, or like I said, thrift store, something that somebody is throwing out, or at a garage sale they're getting rid of for 10 cents, you know, and then paint this up and give it to somebody. And it makes a sweet gift. I'm going to add some white highlights in here. And see how I'm kind of making them curved? You can add a few with this small brush if you want to. I'm going to make some kind of chunky ones in here. Just little chunky squiggles. No set place. You see how fast I'm doing it? I mean, don't think it too hard. Y'all know what's next? Hi, Nelda. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We love that sprinkle. When I'm done here, I will go through your comments, and if anybody is needing a tracer, let me know. If you have any questions, let me know. I don't always want to talk about, you know, grace so that y'all feel like, oh my gosh, here she goes again. But seriously, I just would love to have you ladies in it. So if you are interested in a sweet community of ladies that enjoy painting and some easy crafts, then, you know, ask me about it or read about it. You just, you know, you can't believe how helpful it is to have a group that you can paint with and have fun with. We do a paint party and we have a guest artist. This month's guest artist is coming Tuesday. So if you were to join today, then you get that one, and then we're fixing to hit May. So anyway, if anybody's ever interested, just holler at me, or you know where to find the info. It's all over my page, I'm sure. My website is artgracepaint.com. You know, this is up to you if you want to line yours. If, you know, I kind of like all this definition with the black, but you may not. But, you know, this is just fun art, so that's why I kind of just make it fun and crazy. If you don't feel comfortable using a liner brush to line, then use a marker. There you have paint markers. You could get away with a Sharpie. But my type of art, this kind of, you know, fun, whimsical, you don't have to be exact. Okay. Oh, Tracy, you do? Yes, it is so amazing. The ladies are so awesome. They're such a blessing to me. And I always just, you know, wonder if I mean, I feel like they bless me, and what are they getting? You know, like, really, they're awesome. I'm putting some dark down here at the bottom. I'm also going to kind of put a few pieces through here, darken it up. You can take a little bit of black and your table cover or color, just a tiny bit of black, darken it up, and then do a shadow under your base. And then, here's another fun part. I'm going to line my flowers. Now, see how they do kind of look like, you know, a lot of blob. I don't know what else to say. But I'm going to take, oh, that's a thick one. I grabbed the wrong one. Hold on. Back it up, Terry, back it up. I'm going to take a liner brush and just come in here and do squiggly lines. So it does not have to be perfect. You're mimicking flowers, so when you're painting this type of design, then the whole time you need to say fun. This is fun. Because you really have to let go of perfectionism and wanting it to look, this is abstract. It's like, just what you see. This is anybody that looks at this knows this is a vase of flowers. Okay, so it's not perfect because I did hurry. I did not want to run into the next presenter since I was having so much trouble. But basically, that is it. And then if I want to, I can come in here and paint the side. And on this one, show you what I'm like. Having to open a bottle with one hand. Hey, but she can do it. Yes, Nelda. Dollar Tree book. This will take 2 coats. But how pretty will this be on a shelf? Another thing you can do, if you have like a guest bedroom, you could put one of these on the guest bedroom, on the nightstand, and put Wi-Fi password on the front of it. Like you could write here, Wi-Fi password. I mean, just have to get creative. Think outside the box. And how can you dress up your home and put some art around you that makes you smile? Something else you could do is put a really good seal, a coat of sealer or 2 on here, and put it in your bathroom. So put it as decor on a shelf in your bathroom. I mean, there's no limit. But I definitely think that somebody would love to have this as a gift. Don't y'all? Can't you think of somebody that would love that? So, can you see how pretty that looks with the book? Yeah, I really like that pink. Okay, so here's the first one I did, and it's got yellow. And then here's the second one, and it's got the pink, and I just put my finger in it. And all it is a little Dollar Tree book, but like I said, get something that you already have. Oh, I want to show you really quickly. Let me move this out of the way and show you on this other one that's dry. Need to wipe my hands good. So the only other thing I would do to finish it is I would take either a ribbon or some of this, what is this called? Baker's twine. So what I did was, I mean, the yellow is beautiful with it. So yellow's good, but I'm just drawn to pink. So I took my 3 strands and braided them together. I tied a knot here and a knot at the end. And I'm going to open this up. You can take something and put down in here in the book. I hate to do it because this is all I have handy is a pencil. But make a little hole in here in that top so that you can get this down in there. You put a dollop of hot glue and you put that down in there. You let it dry really well and then press it together so that it will, stay. And then you've got a bookmark. So that is going to be a pretty bookmark once I glue it in. Oh, did I paint that? Look, that's the right side and I painted it upside down not knowing. But when you make yours, you will be able to use it as bookmark if you want to. This is just for decor, so it really doesn't matter. But the last thing I'll do is tomorrow, when it's really good and dry, is I will seal it with some ModPodge. And then it's good to go. Right? So guys, thank y'all. I cannot thank you enough for sticking with me through all the Facebook glitchy problems. You guys are awesome. I have the sweetest people who will follow me and watch me, and I just thank you so, so much. Hope that you guys have a great night. Hi, Lisa. It's fun to see y'all pop in, and I will go back and look at your comments and say hi to you. Thank you. If you're watching this on the replay, put hashtag replay so I can say hi to you too. And guys, follow me. Go like and follow me over at Art and Grace, and I will see you guys again soon. In fact, tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Same bat time, same bat place. Bye, guys.